Some wealthy parents cut deals, others fight on in college admissions scandal. A look at what is next in the some accused parents have decided to. One couple that balked, however, has been indicted with an added charge of money laundering, indicating the government is ready to wield more charges as leverage. The question is how many will continue to fight you and whether those who cooperate are providing information that authorities could use to build more cases. Some legal experts have said it makes sense to cut deals, given the evidence prosecutors have amassed. They have laid out still, other parents are fighting on, questioning the strength of the cases and assailing the credibility of the prosecution's star witnesses and the scheme's mastermind, William Rick Singer. Here is a rundown. Attorney Gordon Kaplan, who until last month led the private equity practice at the New York firm of Willkie Farr & Gallagher, said Friday he will plead guilty. He is among 30. Kaplan, a resident of Greenwich, Connecticut, was charged with conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest services mail fraud. It was unclear which charges Kaplan will plead guilty to, and his attorneys did not respond on Friday to a request for comment. Kaplan said Friday that his daughter was devastated to learn what he had done, paid to have her ACT score rigged. A junior in Kaplan apologized to his family, his friends, and his former colleagues at Willkie Farr. He also apologized. The remorse and shame that I feel is more than I can convey, he said. Attorneys for another parent, Peter January Sartorio, said in a court filing Wednesday that the frozen food entrepreneur will plead guilty to charges listed in a new document that prosecutors will file by the end of the month. Two other parents, Hugh Devin Sloan, an executive with a Los Angeles water systems company, and Hugh have indicated in court filings that they are nearing similar deals with prosecutors. Buckingham, who once authored a book titled The Modern Girl's Guide to Sticky Situations, wanted her son to attend USC so desperately, prosecutors allege, that she turned to Singer, a college admissions consultant, to inflate her son's SAT score. Buckingham paid Singer $50,000 for his alleged accomplice and ACE test taker, a 36-year-old Harvard graduate named Mark Riddle, to take the test for her son, prosecutors say. Riddle has agreed to. Riddle scored a 35 for the son in the 99th percentile, according to court documents. Buckingham allegedly is fighting allegations he discussed a $200,000 bribe with an athletic administrator to get his son into USC. His attorneys argued that their client differs from the other parents caught up in the scandal. McGlashan, the two highest-profile defendants, actresses Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman, have so far not made deals. Both appeared in. Loughlin and her husband, fashion designer J. Massimo Giannulli, are charged with paying Singer $400,000 to have their two in an athletic recruiting scam. The couple appeared. Huffman was more subdued. She is accused of paying $15,000 for Riddle, Singer's alleged accomplice, to correct her daughter's answers on the SAT. Huffman's husband, Amy and Gregory Colburn, a Palo Alto couple, were indicted by a grand jury after plea talks between their attorneys and prosecutors fell apart. The grand jury, an attorney for the Colburns, said prosecutors had been unwilling to show the couple's legal team all the evidence they'd amassed and insisted that any deal would require them to plead guilty to a felony. The Colburns both pleaded not guilty on Wednesday in Boston.
Raindrop, truck top, smoking, no cooking, the hot pot. You fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.